Well, those pesky trolls are at it again. I think it's time for a game of whack-a-mole. Let's get into it. So I thought I'd drop down into the absolute sewer that is the comments section on some of these videos and collate some of the jibber-jabberish that's coagulating there. These videos can be cathartic, although I'm often accused of mocking the afflicted. But I see it as a kind of a duty to do gladiatorial battle with all the dullards and knuckle-draggers, and this clattering collection of colliginous clutter. And the first one from the Oxygen Theft Fraternity comes from Garspawnish. You lost me at Clash. F off, mate. I imagine I did lose you quite early on, because I suspect you have issues with attention span. But in terms of idiocy, this guy has the carbon footprint of a fracking Wookiee. Incidentally, the video 10 Worst Songs, 10 Worst Rock Songs, have had so many rude comments about why did you not include this one or that song. Well, I did say in the video that this was a series of videos, so just chill, it's a-coming. And speaking of doing gladiatorial battle, enter the ring full of shiticus. Can't read that name, sorry. You are old, moron, exclamation mark, exclamation, lots of exclamation marks and emojis. You can always tell a troll because they use lots and lots of emojis. You need the article here, really. You are an old moron, or maybe you are old, a comma or full stop, then moron. The fact that you've emphasised old gives me some indication of your vintage, but going through puberty is a tough old gig, you know, all that hormonal stuff going on. But eventually your brain cells, like your testicles, will begin to fire, I can assure you. I think it's fair to say that you're a prime example of why many animals eat their own young. I would wager that they don't allow you scissors either. Anyway, shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. In your case, that's your parents' job. I must admit it's fascinating that many of these trolls use emojis to communicate a point. It's like those ungulates stamping their hooves to communicate something. And this is a strange one that was sent to me via Facebook Messenger. I suppose people have been telling you that the album you have in your titles is spinning the wrong way for ages now. Not really, because most people just don't give a fuck, quite frankly. I imagine there's a reason for that, such as being a retrospective channel in parts, or that you're trying to hear something that's been mastered backwards. I think you're overthinking this, my friend. But frankly, it is just disturbing and amateurish.
Stop it. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help.
And the next one is from somebody that calls themselves Doo-Doo Patrol. I mean, that's a red flag straight away, isn't it? This guy is a moron. I think you're the reason that cousin marriage should be banned, quite frankly. I mean, you obviously have delusions of adequacy. Oh, there was a wonderful quote once some comedian said, God wasted a good arsehole when he put teeth in that mouth. The name Doo-Doo Patrol does say it all. Shite is as shite does, I think. But then your main purpose online is to make me look good in these videos, for which I thank you, and you make me a lot of money as well. Probably more money than you make entertaining sailors dockside. In terms of internet trolling, I think you've probably been a little bit ambitious. You've overstretched yourself there a bit. But have no fear, my friend. I'm sure there is a Tesco's Express somewhere that needs a middle manager. Ronald Sexton 1538. I smell a hater. Probably has Megadeth tattooed on his arse. Imagine going out into the world trying to sniff haters. Now, there's a strange vocation for you. And if I'm honest with you, I smell someone who perhaps didn't watch the video. This is the Metallica video where I said, "Is this how bad is this album?" But if you actually watched the video, I actually said it's not bad at all. I rather enjoy that album. And no, I do not have Megadeth tattooed across my arse. What I should have inked on my arse is your face. That way you'll only open your mouth twice a day, but at least what you say will have more intellectual substance. And then we get this complete arse hat. John Fagan, a cramps t-shirt. You have had many hand cramps from too much, I won't say the word, but it rhymes like anchor. I think that's what he's calling me here. Loads and loads of emojis. Again, indication of a troll. A boring old fart who exhausted his talent even before he was born. I think it was Bernard Manning that said the best part of you ran down your mother's thighs when you were born. As Suggs once sang, you're an embarrassment. Loads and loads of emojis once more. And you, sir, are the misbegotten spawn of a quadriplegic syphilitic Irish gang feck, so you are. Under this comment, somebody just wrote, I won't say the word, but they wrote, "See you next Tuesday," and I kindly deleted it. But I should have left it, really, because that's probably the closest you ever come to it. And that's where all this frustration comes from, doesn't it, sweetheart? I bet you're the sort of guy that has a shelf full of participation trophies. But you have to wonder at the psychology of people that write this sort of stuff. I imagine he has a few kangaroos loose in the old upper paddock. But hey, I suppose we should be glad you're managing these days to string words into a sentence. That's something, isn't it? And in terms of old, I refer you to the answer I gave before. But of course, not being able to find anything that has the gravitas of a Suggs lyric, I was going to quote Bob Dylan's "Idiot Wind" at you. But instead I prefer Frank Zappa when he said, "You know what you are? You're an asshole." Peter Mayer, what the heck are you talking about? Question mark. Rock the Casbah is a damn good song. Well, that's your opinion, and I respect your opinion, but I think it's absolute cack, to be honest with you. The Clash did so much great stuff. I mean, their first album, London's Calling, is one of the finest double albums ever. But this is just, I mean, Cut the Crap was terrible, and this song is just shit, in my opinion, of course. This is a funny one. I don't know how to take it, really. Abracadabra. Gonna reach out, I won't say the word, but it rhymes with slab ya. This is a funny one, as I said. It could be a commentary on the state of modern England and London at the moment, and if it is, I absolutely applaud you, sir. But it could be seen as a veiled threat. Do you know, I meet a lot of people at gigs, and they're always very nice and gracious. But you get a lot of threats when you put yourself online. You say it's nothing to the extent of Salman Rushdie, of course. I don't think I'm going to sweat too much by a few pricks on social media. You've completely misunderstood a dee-doo-doo. Maybe it's a dee-doo-dah. I don't know. But it's a shit title, and it's a shit song, quite frankly. I love The Police, I really do. But I just think that song is dreadful, as is Mother. But again, just my opinion. Actung Baby has written, "Next you say my love can tie is shit. Come on, man, you bit of killjoy, aren't you?" Oh, the prose is exquisite. I imagine the chap is a foreign gentleman, so we must cut some slack, I think. But I am an acquired taste, as I like to say, and you should go and acquire some. And absolute fess up time, I love My Love Can Tie. It gives me warm, fuzzy Christmas memories from 1976 or 77, whenever it came out. I know a lot of you are saying, "No, sorry Baz, it's shite," but I really like that song. And in terms of killjoy, I think the entertainment value holding up such comments as this is a joyful endeavour, is it not? And I welcome your enthusiasm and I welcome your contribution, but in the words of Jimmy Carr, I think you should sprinkle a little bit of shut the fuck up on that. Next one's from Robert Edwards. I pity you, what about wish you were here? Pity with two T's. I pity you, what about wish you were here? Incomprehensible, my friend. Sorry, incomprehensible. This guy also left another comment saying, "And what is this guy's contribution?" Well, I don't know. I think we all bask in the satisfying sizzle of your fire being pissed on. Darren Carpenter 9668. How the F are Neil Diamond and Mungo Jerry rock? Loads of question marks, exclamation mark. Well, rock comes in many, many forms, from hard rock, folk rock, soft rock, adult-orientated rock, Fraggle rock. I just thought I'd go for this one genre, rather than lots of subgenres joined by hyphens in the thumbnail, which would make everything look a bit naff, wouldn't it? So as you can imagine, for this video, I've decided my definition would be broad, a bit like your forehead. But people get their manties in a twist about all this stuff. The metal fraternity are the absolute worst. I mean, I remember years ago in the music press, it was electric guitars and long hair, it was heavy metal. I remember Status Quo being written about in terms of heavy metal, believe it or not. But now there's all these subgenres, and woe betide anyone who puts something in the wrong catalogue. How dare you, sir, class them as doom metal when they're a combination of turquoise metal and arse metal? I remember going to these gigs years ago, Motorhead and Maiden, and nobody was rubbing their chin saying, "Oh, this is progressive metal, this is speed metal." It was just metal. Nobody was that precious about it. And the last one is this baboon-faced bastard. Mark Richards, I'm sick of your ugly effing face. Richards, a steaming Richard. Well, you know the answer to this question. I say it many times. You don't have to watch my videos. You can just kindly offerty piss and do something else. Anyway, I suspect that's not your face in the thumbnail, but I kind of hope it is, because you're a bit of a chubster. I bet the police have probably done you for carrying 50 pounds of crack. Anyway, Mark like a stain. Why did you have to freeze Han Solo in carbonite? Anyway, that's another one of these videos done for the foreseeable. If you enjoyed it, please do share it. Click like, subscribe, check that notification bell. Do all that stuff, it helps the algorithm along. And check some of the links below this video for ways you can support the sterling work done a classic album review. It's always much appreciated. Become a Patreon, why not? We're forming a real classic rock community over there. I'll just leave you with my closing salvo, which is hope you're well, staying safe, and of course that you keep listening.